Okay, let's get to our next award. This one, Salute to the Champions. In 2015, the 101 added a special tribute to the Super Bowl champions. So we're going to have the Lombardi Trophy coming in from the NFL and someone from the team at the event honoring the pinnacle moment from each NFL season. But tonight, for the second time in 4 years, the Super Bowl champions are your Kansas City Chiefs.
I mentioned I live in Denver, Colorado. Yeah. But because of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, Ted, you were talking to me about what neighborhood should I move to, did you say? Overland Park. I should be looking for places in Overland Park. Because listen, I have been here all the time covering this team because of the success that they have had. And look at what they did this season. I mean, I remember Veach talking to me during training camp going, no, we're going to be fine with these rookies. I was like, sure you are. And they were. 4 rookies in the secondary are playing regularly. They trade Tyreek Hill, put all new skill players around Patrick Mahomes. And what does Mahomes do? Hey, why don't you guys all come down to Texas with me and I'll run my own OTAs, which also shows the trust that Brett Veach and Andy Reid have in their quarterback, to run his own OTAs down in Texas with all of those new guys. And they come and they set records and they win a Super Bowl. It was a different team and a different feeling, it felt like, covering this team in both of their Super Bowl trips. This one was really, really special the way they did it.
On the defensive side, Chris Jones talked about how they took a lot of that youth defensively and they would challenge them as some of the veteran players. When you see a team that has coaches almost throughout the squad, you know that you've got something special. That's exactly what this team was in so many ways. So to represent this team for the 101 Salute, please welcome head coach Andy Reid and running back Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
That Lombardi's real shiny.
It really is.
Goodness.
It really is. Is that 2 pocket squares, Jet?
Is that what?
Is that 2 pocket squares?
Yeah.
That's sharp.
Appreciate it.
That's really nice.
Try to be different.
What's that?
Try to be different.
I like it.
Yeah.
Different's good. Speaking of different, Andy, I know you don't want to compare Super Bowl championships. You don't want to compare Lombardis, but everything we kind of just talked about up here and what you guys were able to accomplish with the changes that happened, what will you remember most about this run and what stands out that you're maybe most proud of from the team that you had?
Yeah, I really liked the team, great personalities. They were very close. Not that the first group wasn't, it was similar. But I think this group, there were enough guys that had been through it before, and they took in all those young guys and big brothered them and made them better. They demanded things out of the young guys. The young guys responded. They didn't buck the system. They said, we're in and we want to be a part of it and be as great as you guys are. And that's what they did. And so there was this great maturity that took place during the season. I love that from a coach's standpoint, just watching guys work hard and grow. And he was a big part of this. He is the big brother. So he's a 9-year veteran going on 10 here. Yeah. And for everybody out there, when you're running back in the National Football League, those are dog years. So that's a tough position to play.
You know, since you do have that role, Jerick, we'll get to you a little bit more, but we saw Isaiah Pacheco recognized on this stage tonight. It was so much fun to watch him this year, and the way that he approaches the game, how forceful he is at all times. I love how if he gets tackled, he just pops right back up like he didn't even get hit. It probably helps when it's your rookie year as opposed to your 10th year to be able to do that. But
Definitely a difference.
Either way. Right?
Definitely a difference.
What was it like watching his success, and I'm sure being a big part of it too?
It was just truly amazing. Just to see him come in as a rookie, you know, his work ethic obviously stood out right away. You know, his character as a person, and then obviously the God-given talent and ability that he's been blessed with. And then just watching him, come in and, not really know what to expect or, how things go, and then see him start to, put the puzzle together and piece it all together, and then finally it just clicked. And when he got his opportunity, like you said, the stats, are ridiculous. And then, everybody's seen what he can do with the ball in his hands. But if you go back and look at the film, what he does without the ball in his hands is just as amazing. So where Pop at? Where you at, Pop?
He was over there somewhere.
He's over there.
Yeah, man, I love Pop, man.
Dark.
That's like the little brother I never had right there. That's my dog right there. For real.
Oh.
Andy, you said it's year 9 going on year 10. Does that, Jerick's coming back, right? Brett?
Hey, listen.
Okay.
He's number one. We got a couple number ones in this room that are pretty good. So he's
Everybody's got him up here tonight. Listen, you also, Jet, you lead the NFL in touchdown catches from running backs this season in year 9. And do you remember the conversation you and I had at your locker after the AFC title game where you said, I got one phone call 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I thought my career was over. And my one phone call was from who?
Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah.
What does this organization mean to you?
I can't, it's really hard to put it into words. I have so much respect and love for Coach Reid. Obviously, as him being my head coach, and then him as a person, the rest of the coaching staff, all my teammates, it's truly a family here. I can truly say that. And, like you said, 2 years ago, I only got one call from all 32 teams, and that was the Kansas City Chiefs. So, to be here and be in this role and, be blessed with the opportunity to, have a magical season like I did, and then top it off with the Super Bowl, it just all comes full circle. And, the special thing about it for me was just what you could do when you have, coaches and, player personnel and GMs and, everybody who's involved in this thing, man, when you have people that believe in you. So that was the biggest thing for me. Just, it's easy to go out there and give everything you have when you have people who believe in you. So that's the main thing.
Coach Reid, let's go back to the Super Bowl win, Super Bowl 57. An incredible game, back and forth. I can't even imagine what that must have been like to coach in. I don't even know how you guys do that. You sit there on the sideline and you're aware of what's happening in the score. But from your perspective, now that you've had some time to reflect on it, just how would you describe the competition level that ultimately resulted in winning another Super Bowl for you?
Yeah, I thought it was the two best teams in the National Football League playing each other. And that's the way it played out. I know we all sit there and we want to see a good game. That was a good game. And for all of us, the fans, for the coaches, players, for what this guy did at the end of the game is something special. Yeah.
Jay, you told me it's like church. We go over it every single week in practice.
Every week.
Right?
Yeah.
Every week. But you're a running back, and the end zone's right there.
Yeah, like this.
Did the eyes get big? Do you have to hold yourself back? Did you?
What's crazy is, like I said, we, these end of the game situations and, all these things that, the coaches preach to us every week. Like EB says, I get tired of repeating it, but you never know when these situations will present themselves. And I think since I've been on the Chiefs, I think outside of quarterback kneel, church mode probably happened one time. The other end of the game situations, kind of here and there, but mostly the quarterback kneel. And then in the Super Bowl, the biggest game, it presented itself. And, for me, I was just doing what I was coached to do. So, I'm getting all this praise and stuff. And yes, that's who I am. That's what my character is. But, our coaches, they put us in these situations every week. So when those things arrive, we can rise to the occasion.
Is that your favorite play of the Super Bowl, Andy? When he says something like that?
No, I would tell you that I felt good about that when he took it down to like the last inch. But it was a good thing because when Pat was taking a knee, he was going back 5 yards, and I'm going, pretty soon we're going to be kicking a 30-yard field goal. But it all worked out. It worked out great, and he's a college quarterback. A real college quarterback. He was a heck of a player, and so he thinks that way. He sees the game that way, and he understands all the stuff we're trying to get done, and sees the big picture. And I praise him for that. Yeah.
You mentioned Patrick Mahomes, and we wish he could be here tonight. He's usually here at these awards. I think when you think of this postseason run, a lot of people will think about the injury and him just gutting through what was obvious pain. From your perspective as a coach, how did that factor in and some of the toughness he put on display?
Yeah, no, listen, he's a tough kid. I mean, all the guys know that. And when it's your leader doing that, when it's the guy that gets the most accolades doing that, I think it sends a message to everybody else. And so, listen, I don't want to put him in a bad spot. We almost got in a fight over an X-ray. But
who would have won that fight, Andy?
But yeah.
Coach Reid?
Yeah. That's right. That's just locking up the opportunity to come back to the Chiefs with comments like that.
No, listen. Too old to fight. Love her now. So, but for him to have that intestinal fortitude to do that and work his way through the pain and just shut it out mentally, my hat goes off to him. Yeah.
This award is special every year, but especially this year in this place. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs being Super Bowl 57 champions. And let's hear it for Coach Reid and Jerick McKinnon. Thank you, guys.